For more than a century, one thing has decided who rules the world. Not democracy, not weapons, not ideology, energy. Oil built empires, decided wars, and now green energy is threatening to destroy the old order. From the deserts of Saudi Arabia to the frozen gas fields of Russia, from China's solar factories to America's STEM revolution, a silent but ruthless war is already underway. A war not fought with bombs, but with pipelines, sanctions, subsidies, and technology. This is not just an energy crisis. This is a global power struggle. This is a story of the global energy war. In part 1, let's discuss how energy became power. Every great power in modern history rose on the back of energy. In the 1800s, Britain ruled the world because it controlled coal. Coal powered factories, ships, and the Industrial Revolution. After the World War II, America became the global superpower because it controlled oil. Oil powered cars, aircraft, armies, and global trade. And then came to the Middle East. When massive oil reserves were discovered in Saudi Arabia, Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, and the Gulf, the center of global power quietly shifted. Energy was no longer just fuel, it became leverage. Countries without oil became dependent. Countries with oil became kings. And whoever controlled energy controlled diplomacy, war, inflation, and global institutions. That is why energy has never been neutral. It has always been political. In part 2, let's discuss OPEC and OPEC Plus, the oil cartel. In 1960, five countries decided they had enough: Saudi Arabia, Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, Venezuela. These countries, tired of Western oil companies controlling prices, they formed OPEC, the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries. Their mission was simple but dangerous: control oil supply to control prices. For decades, OPEC shaped the global oil market. But the real shift happened in 2016. When Russia joined hands with OPEC, forming OPEC Plus, the oil world changed forever. Together, OPEC Plus controls nearly half of global oil production and almost 80% of proven oil reserves. A single decision in an OPEC Plus meetings can raise oil prices overnight. And when oil prices rise, everything rises. Inflation, transportation costs, food prices, stock markets, government deficits. Oil is not just energy, oil is economic power. In part 3, let's discuss Russia's gas empire. If oil gave power to the Middle East, natural gas gave power to Russia. For decades, Europe depended on Russia for energy. At its peak, Russia supplied nearly 40% of Europe's natural gas. This dependency gave Russia a weapon stronger than missiles because energy dependence creates fear. If Russia cuts gas, Europe freezes. If Europe sanctions Russia, energy prices explode. When the Russia-Ukraine war began, the illusion collapsed. Suddenly, energy pipelines became battlefields, sanctions became economic weapons, and gas became a tool of war. The Nord Stream pipeline explosion was not just sabotage. It symbolized Europe's attempt to escape Russia's greed, even at enormous cost. The world learned a harsh lesson: energy security is national security. In part 4, let's discuss China's green supremacy. While the world fought over oil and gas, China was playing a longer game. China understood something before everyone else. The future would not belong to oil alone, it would belong to green energy. So, China invested aggressively. Today, China dominates the green economy. It controls most of the world's solar panel manufacturing. It leads in lithium batteries. It processes the majority of rare earth minerals. It dominates electric vehicles, wind turbines, and energy storage. This technology are the oil of the future, and China controls the supply chain. Whoever controls green energy, whoever controls green energy manufacturing will control the next century. China is not just reducing emissions; it is building strategic dominance. In part 5, let's discuss America's fight for energy dominance. America saw the threat coming. Once the undisputed energy king, the US realized it was losing ground. So it responded on multiple fronts. It revived shale oil and gas, becoming one of the world's largest energy producers again. It passed massive green subsidy program like the Inflation Reduction Act. It restricted China's access to advanced technology. It strengthened alliance to control energy trade routes. It partnered with emerging powers like India. America's strategy is clear. If China controls green manufacturing, America wants to control green technology and innovation. This is not just about climate alone. This is about who writes the rules of the future economy. In part 6, let's discuss India, the silent kingmaker. In this global energy war, India plays a unique role. India is one of the world's largest oil importers. At the same time, it is one of the fastest growing renewable energy producers. No other major country is balancing fossil fuels and renewables at this scale. India's strategy is pragmatic. Secure oil from wherever possible, use affordable energy to fuel growth, build domestic renewable manufacturing, reduce dependence on China, strengthen naval control over the Indian Ocean, lead the global south in energy transition. India understands a simple truth. You cannot build a green future without economic strength. So, India uses today's energy to fund tomorrow's transition. In part 7, let's discuss climate politics, the real game. Climate change is no longer just science, it is politics, it is economics, it is power. Developed nations demand emission cuts, developing nations demand climate finance. Corporations demand subsidies, governments shifts blame. Everyone agrees the planet is in danger, but no one agrees on who should pay. That is why climate summits often fail. Because behind climate promises lies one real question: who will dominate the green economy? In part 8, let's discuss the future energy war. The energy war is not ending, it is evolving. Oil will continue to power transport, gas will dominate heavy industry, renewables will dominate electricity, batteries will become strategic assets, rare earths will replace oil reserves, solar factories will replace oil fields. The next 20 years will be set by battle between OPEC plus oil empires, China's green manufacturing empire, America's tech-driven energy strategy, and in the middle, India is the balancing force. The question is no longer which energy we will use. The real question is which country will power the future, the global energy. This war has already begun.